I've been trying a lot of different Proxmox tools over the last couple of years, and if I'm being honest, a lot of them out there promise a lot more than they actually deliver. But every now and then I come across something that immediately catches my attention because it solves a real problem in a practical way. Now, that's exactly what happened when I found a tool called PVEViewer. At first, I thought it was just going to be another inventory utility from the command line, but after spending some time with it, I realized it offers quite a bit more than that. In this video, I want to show you what it does, how it works, and why I think it's a really interesting addition for both home labs and even production Proxmox environments. So let's dive in. And now a word about the sponsor of today's video. Today's video is sponsored by NAKIVO. Are you looking for a powerful and reliable backup solution for your home lab or enterprise environment? Look no further than NAKIVO Backup and Replication. NAKIVO is an excellent data protection software that offers comprehensive backup and recovery options and lets you use your NAS or a simple VM deployment as a backup appliance. NAKIVO supports a wide range of environments including Proxmox VE, VMware, Hyper-V, Nutanix, KVM, and EC2 instances, along with SaaS platforms like Microsoft 365. Plus, they offer a free version for up to 10 VMs, and that makes it an ideal choice for both home lab setups and enterprise backups. The first thing to understand is that PVEViewer is a free Windows application that connects directly to your Proxmox environment using the Proxmox REST API, gathers information about your entire environment, and it presents it in a really clean and organized interface. So instead of jumping around the Proxmox web UI trying to answer questions about your infrastructure, you get a really nice consolidated view of your hosts, your virtual machines, your storage, snapshots, resource usage, guest agent status, cluster health, and even what I think is amazing is best practice recommendations. Now, the developer built it specifically for Proxmox VE9, and one thing I really appreciated right away is that there isn't even an installer with the utility. You simply download the self-contained executable, which is around 75 megs or so, and you launch it. That's it. Now, I do want to mention that when I downloaded it in my browser, it flagged it as a suspicious executable, but just doing a quick sanity check, scanning it with some utilities, it was totally clean. And it's one of those situations where if there's not a proper certificate on the executable or a well-known executable, then it gets flagged. Now, when you launch the application, you're presented with a simple EULA, and then after you accept that, you're immediately dropped into the dashboard. Just download it, run the executable. Now, I want to make a quick mention that one small feature I really liked that is fairly common with most tools these days is that it does support dark mode, and it starts in a light theme, but if you're like me and spend hours staring at dashboards every day, you'll probably appreciate the midnight dark theme. There are currently 3 different themes available, including Proxmox Ember, Slate Plus, Indigo, and then the midnight theme that would equate to dark mode that we are used to. Now, it's obviously not a feature that makes or breaks the software, but it's definitely something that makes it less strain on the eyes and more enjoyable. So just putting that out there right off the bat once you launch PVEViewer for the first time. Now, getting right into connecting this tool to your Proxmox environment, it's very straightforward. You simply click Connect and Collect. And what you're going to do is enter your cluster information or a node in the cluster and choose how you want to authenticate. And very nicely, the app supports both the legacy username and password or API tokens, which of course is recommended. So you've got a lot of options there. You also have the ability to ignore certificate errors, which is useful since many of us are still running the self-signed certificates in our home labs on our PVE hosts. Once you get connected, that's where this tool, I think, really starts to shine. Once you run that first connect and collect, you're going to notice a wealth of information that's available without having to click all over the place or special exports with the utility. Every virtual machine is listed in a sortable table. You can easily sort things. So if you want the VMs alphabetized, that's just a click away. You immediately see whether a VM is powered on or off, whether it's a template or a regular virtual machine, and which Proxmox node that it's running on. You also get information like the guest operating system. And one of my favorite columns, you can see the QEMU guest agent status. So making sure that all of your virtual machines have that guest agent installed and responding. That's something that PVEViewer can allow you to audit very quickly. Now, as you scroll across the table, you're going to start seeing more useful information in terms of resources. You can view the number of virtual CPUs assigned, memory allocations, provision storage, actual guest storage consumption, average CPU utilization, peak CPU usage, memory averages, memory peaks, and even IP addresses that are reported once again by the guest agent if those are running. Now, I really like this because it gives you that kind of estate-wide view of your resource allocations without having to manually open each VM configuration and aggregate all of this information, which would take a ton of time. The final columns include information like pools, tags, and high availability status. So you can see if you've got HA enabled for that particular virtual machine. Now, where I think this tool starts separating itself from just being another inventory application is the health section. So instead of just simply showing information, it actually evaluates your environment and points out things that deserve your attention. The health findings are categorized by severity, so you're going to see those items listed in terms of critical items, warnings, and informational recommendations. And that's a really smart approach because it lets you focus, I think, first on those biggest issues or the ones that are classified as critical. Now, some of the things it checks are genuinely useful, I think. For example, it looks for things like memory overcommitment ratio and vCPU commitment ratio across your cluster. It checks guest agent status to identify machines where the agent isn't installed, as we've already mentioned. And then another feature I thought was really nice is that it identifies orphan disks that aren't attached to any virtual machine. So if you have forgotten disks that quietly consume quite a bit of storage sitting on your storage space, then you're able to really easily identify those and call those out so you can perform the housekeeping that you need there. Another area that I found useful is the disk tab. Now, this provides detailed information about virtual disks attached to your virtual machines, but more importantly, it allows you to highlight configuration settings that are best practice that many of us try to standardize across our environments. For example, it becomes very easy to spot VMs that don't have the discard flag enabled. So if you're thin provisioning, you definitely want to have discard enabled so that you can reclaim that disk space, or you don't have IO thread configured. So if you've read my blog post, watched my channel for any amount of time, you know those are settings I generally enable by default. So being able to quickly identify those is, I think, really valuable. Now, the Snapshots tab is another feature that I think a lot of people will appreciate. Snapshots are fantastic when you're making quick changes, but they're also very easy to forget about. So before long, you're going to end up with old snapshots that can potentially consume a lot of disk space, and it can definitely impact your performance. So having a single view of every snapshot across the entire environment, I think, makes housekeeping operations a whole lot easier. It helps you to prevent leaving forgotten snapshots out on your storage or VMs, and definitely leading to those issues long term. Now, the host nodes section gives you a detailed inventory of every Proxmox host in the cluster, and you can see the general information you would expect, such as the host status, IP addresses, processor information, socket counts, core counts, CPU models, and really a whole lot of other informational and useful hardware details. Definitely a good place to look for inventory information on your hosts. Likewise, the storage tab provides that excellent view of all of the configured storage, shows you what storage target is used for, whether it's shared storage, its capacity, the status, what content types are also enabled on those storage locations. You also get a dedicated cluster tab, and that tab summarizes the important cluster information, things like quorum status, node counts, config details, and other cluster-wide details are shown there. Again, none of this information is impossible to find inside of Proxmox itself, but bringing it together in a single inventory view, I think, is super helpful, very convenient, and it helps with documenting your environment or just simply performing an audit, as we mentioned, on health statuses, resource utilization and allocations, those types of things. Now, one feature that really surprised me was a built-in host configuration backup capability. So instead of backing up virtual machines, this feature backs up the configuration of your Proxmox hosts. And it does that over SSH, and it even supports AES 256-bit encryption. So it captures things like your network config, storage config, contents of etc/PVE directory, virtual machine and container config files, user information, and even things like SSH host keys. We don't often see discussed as a disaster recovery objective, but if you ever had to rebuild a Proxmox host from scratch, a lot of times we would say to ourselves, wow, I would have loved to have had that config backed up and at least viewable so I could see what was configured on that host. Now, it's important to understand what this isn't in terms of backup. It isn't replacing Proxmox backup server. It isn't replacing VZ dump files. It's not backing up your VMs. So think of it as another layer of disaster recovery, once again, that protects you at a host level. And then you got PBS that protects you at that virtual machine level. Now, another feature that stood out to me is multi-cluster support. So you not only can connect to one cluster, you can add multiple clusters, you can save reusable connection profiles, and you can merge all of that information into a single workbook while you identify which cluster the objects belong to. So you can merge all of that information into a single view of your environment. And I think that's really useful just to get that holistic view across nodes and clusters. Now, interestingly, there's also a separate command line version of this tool, and that opens the door for things like scheduled inventory collections, automated exports, without anyone really sitting there having to click the desktop application buttons. And I could see this fitting nicely into your documentation workflows or regular reporting, or once again, that export of your PVE host configurations. You can schedule that and have that run once a day or once a week, however often you want that to run. Now, there's one limitation worth mentioning, at least at this point in the current version. PVEViewer focuses on the QEMU virtual machines and doesn't currently inventory Linux containers or LXC containers. Since many home labs I know use a mix of both virtual machines and Linux containers, that's something to just keep in mind. But personally, I wouldn't be surprised if container support eventually appears with this tool, because it seems like a natural evolution for the project and functionality that it will add eventually. Also, last but not least, you can export all of this information from PVEViewer into an Excel spreadsheet. So just like a tool like RVTools for VMware vSphere, you can take all of this information, export it into an Excel spreadsheet, and use this for some kind of C-level reporting or just documentation that you want to keep about your PVE hosts, virtual machines, configurations, or just a list of tasks that you want to complete. Now, overall, I came away really impressed actually with what this developer has built with PVEViewer. It doesn't require installing agents on your Proxmox hosts. That's a plus. It's lightweight. It runs from a single executable. It provides a clean interface. It includes health checks, host configuration backups, multi-cluster support, and even command line automation. Those are exactly the kinds of features I look for in utilities that I keep around long term. Those are exactly the kinds of features I think anyone would be looking for an inventory and auditing tool that they would use in the home lab or production. Well, thanks for watching. Check out the full post covering PVEViewer on VirtualizationHowto in written form if you prefer it that way. I'll have the link down in the video description. Keep on home labbing. Do stay safe out there, and I will see everyone again in the next video.